Hey everybody, today we're going to be working on my utility trailer. It's pretty dirty and nasty and the paint's all chipping on it, but when I bought it 5, 6 years ago, the price was right, and it's a pretty heavy duty trailer. And when the bottom rotted out, my brother came and cut this Trex board and put in so the bottom never rots out. This trailer is excellent for doing mulch, and that's what I use it for. But the one thing that I don't like about it is the tailgate. Let me show you what we were doing with the tailgate before and what we plan to do now. So what we used to do with the tailgate is we had these boards that would slide down in this groove, and they were tongue and groove boards, and they would lock together. Ooh, the ants are attacking that board pretty bad. And then from there, what I do is I would wrap a bungee cord around the hinge and back around. So there, wood tailgate, rotting away, kind of a pain in the butt. Aha, so this is what the plan is. This trailer is roughly 53¼ inches. So I was looking around to try to find a tailgate that would fit that. So I had my Captain Scrounge, Chris, the junkyard dog, when he went up to Maryland to the pick-apart place, he got me this Mazda B3000 tailgate, which is a little bit bigger, but we are going to it's a hair over here and a hair over here. So, and he got me all the hardware. He got me the lower hinge hardware for the right side, the hinge for the left side, and the two latches and all the nuts and bolts. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to have to cut these angle iron pieces off of both sides. That's what the boards slide into, so we can get the tailgate up closer to see what we're going to have to do to make. Most likely we're going to have to take another angle piece, come off of this out and over to mount the stuff on. That's what we're going to take and start to do. But for right now, I think that is going to look excuse me, that is going to look pretty good and work pretty good, especially since he got all the hardware for me, so we'll be able to make a working tailgate out of it. All right, everybody. It's going to probably take a couple days to get back to this, but when it gets back to us for you, it'll just be an end of a clip. Trip the circuit. This is a Harbor Freight high-speed cutoff tool, and it's electric. It's not air-powered. The problem is if you go too deep, it always trips the little circuit breaker, so you got to wait for it to cool down for it to reset, and then it'll start working again. So we're just going to go ahead and finish grinding these off, and after we get those off, we'll be back. All right, we got a little bit more work done here at the house. And what we were able to do is we were able to cut the weld here, break the weld here, cut the weld here, use a hammer, bust that angle iron off that used to hold the wood slats. And we also ground the welds down to break the hinges off. Now we were able to get the tailgate to fit flush, pretty flush, to figure out what to do. And it looks like what we'll be able to do is I had a piece of this 2" by 2" by 3/16 angle iron. I think we're going to be able to put it right in here like that. And of course, get a piece that spans this whole section here, which is 26 inches, and weld this in, and then we'll be able to mount the lower hinge here, and we're going to be able to mount the original latch up in this area. I don't have any more of this. I wish I did. So, and what we'll do is I'll bring my other grinder home and we'll grind all these welds flush and get some paint on them. But the biggest thing is we're going to have to go get a piece of angle iron. So it's probably going to be a couple days. We'll go get a piece of angle iron, and we'll probably have to bring this up to work because I'm going to have to weld this stuff together. Alrighty, we'll be back in a little bit. So we're back on the trailer a couple days later. So I had G Jr. come in and grind down all the welds with the 90-degree grinder, and then we cut the hinges off, ground those welds down, and this thing must have had some type of tailgate before, because there's a big weld here and a big weld over here and another one over there. So we got all those ground off. So now the next step is we went to the store and we got ourselves piece of 90-degree angle that we're going to use to hook the hinges to. Now that there is only an 1/8 inch thick, not 3/16 like the metal that we had. So we're going to use that. So I've got it all set up. It's 48 inches. I'm going to cut it in half to 24, and it'll fit perfectly in that where we need it to go in the trailer. We don't have an extension cord out. Here, let me have the extension cord. Let me go ahead and get this cut real quick. Where are your eye protectors? We have enough there. Let me have another pair. All right. All right. Got my hearing protectors on. I took my glasses off. I have some eye protection on. This thing throws sparks everywhere. So let's get this thing cut. Doesn't really like to cut flatwise. It likes to cut through the skinny part. So I'm going to go ahead and flip this around since I made a mark in here and go ahead and cut it on through. There we go. I got the piece cut in half. That doesn't, I don't know if you could see it here. It's a little at an angle. That disc kind of flaps around a little bit when it makes the cut, but it does a great job. So much easier than trying to use a handheld 3-inch die grinder. All right, let me get these things set up and we'll be back. All right, we got the pieces cut and we have it shoved back there. And what I did is, luckily, I was able to measure from here over to the other end. And I also happen to have my own Ranger truck that I was able to measure from here to there. Now, this tailgate is a little bit different, but it's almost the same dimension. It's like an 1/8 of an inch off. So I'm going to use the measurements from here to set up the hinges piece. So they need to come out a lot. I need to come out that distance. Right now I have them 53 3/4 is where I need it, but actually I need them to go out a little farther. Let me do some more measuring and figure out where we need to put these, and I'm going to try to clamp them. I think for now we're just going to drill some holes to get them to be where we need them to be, and then from there we'll take it up to work and we'll weld them up. All right, everybody, we finally got the trailer up to work so I can weld these metal pieces in, and we changed the plan. I had the metal sitting on this slip and up, but I need this farther down, so we're going to weld them on the outside instead of on the inside, and then I dropped them down in about 1 inch on each side. So now I have measured the measurement from here over to there. We're going to go ahead and we got it clean. We're going to tack this and tack that. Once we get it tacked, we'll get the tailgate installed and make sure everything's okay, and then we'll go ahead and weld it up the rest of the way. Alrighty, so I went ahead and just tacked it there, tacked it there, tacked it there, and tacked it there. And now we're going to get the tailgate up and over and in position to figure out where we need to put the hinge pieces in. So we put the tailgate in here and made it level with this piece, and then I marked to drill the hole for the first hinge. And I'm reusing the original hardware that came out of the truck. So I have the first hole drilled. So what we're going to do now, we're going to put the tailgate back in here, use a Sharpie to mark the other hole on that side, and then we'll take the tailgate back off and drill the hole on the other side before we drill the hole down here to try to get the tailgate on so it works properly. All right, let's go ahead and, where's your piece? Where'd it go? Okay. You want the bolt? No, I don't need the bolt. All right, you get over there on that side. Grab the tailgate. Go ahead, slide that, move the wire, slide that in there. Push it down, push it down. Come over here and hold the top. Okay, so now like I said, we have this in position where this is about even, so we're going to make that side over there even, and I'll mark it with my Sharpie so I can drill the next hole. So come down a little bit, yeah, a little bit, okay, right there. Now, you need to come out a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna shut the camera off right here. I'm gonna need to mark my hole and make sure it's level, and we'll go from there. Alrighty, we got the lower hinge pieces in. We're gonna try the tailgate to make sure it works properly. That end slides in. Down. Alright. Just lay it in there. Lay it in there, okay? Alright, bring it back up. Alright, it works. And then it flips down. So now what we're going to have to do is we're going to put the cables up here and mark it to drill the holes for the cables on both sides. And we still got to drill and mark the holes for the hinges. But as you see, it looks like it's going to work and work good. Alright. Alright, well, we went ahead and drilled the holes here and put the cable bolts in, and there is both cable bolts in. Tailgate still works good, but we messed up. Let me show you what happened. Here, come here and hold the tailgate, please. Alright. Here is the latch that has to be bolted on here. Well, we put the cable bolt here Go ahead and let it open. So the tailgate would open level. The problem is this bolt is so close to where this bolt has to go. Go ahead and close it up. That it's going to interfere. So I thought maybe we could put everything together, but that doesn't work either. So we're actually going to have to take this bolt and we're going to have to drop it down here, elongate this bolt, and if I elongate this hole, then I'll be able to reuse that hole for the latch part of the mechanism. So kind of messed up a little bit, but we got ahead of ourselves. I didn't think that this was going to be so close. So usually, like on my other on my Ranger truck, this is a lot lower and the tailgate's level. So the tailgate's not going to be level. It's going to actually open a little farther than level, but it's still working out. Let me take this back apart. We'll move the hole and we'll get this upper hinge put in. So it didn't work. We had this one up here too high, so there's another hole. This was here the cable that holds it, so we had to move that down. I couldn't hook the cable to the bottom of the hinge. I mean the latch, I'm sorry, the latch. The hinge is down there, latch is up here. So we got the latch screwed in, and of course I drilled it in too far and I had to elongate the hole. So this latch is in, the cables are in. I wanted the tailgate to sit level, but it sits down a little bit. This latch is in, so let's see. There we go. A truck tailgate on a trailer. And I'll have to come back in and finish welding up my angle iron. But there you go. I love this trailer for doing mulch because it's really low. So when you're scooping your shovel, you don't have to, you're not real high trying to shovel, you're down low shoveling. It's an excellent trailer for doing mulch. Love this trailer. Now that it has a tailgate that is easy to open and close, just like a pickup truck, it's going to be so much handier. I know it doesn't fit the whole thing, but that's okay. We still have to fix the light on the other side. We're going to paint this thing up real nice. So I think I'm going to leave it here. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. You can always do that in that corner there. Give me a thumbs up if you like the video. If you don't like the video, give it a thumbs down. I want to thank everybody for watching.